Hello and welcome. It's a sad day in the world of video games when an online server dies. Doubly so for a game as amazing as Splatoon. For Nintendo's first attempt at a third-person multiplayer shooter, Splatoon hit the ground running and kept going for 3 games in 2 console generations. But it was in the waning hours of the Wii U servers that I finally decided to give this classic game a bit of a revisit. But before we do, this video is brought to you by us and our new GameCube Controller Spools. They support a wide array of controllers and keeps your controller's wires contained and adds a splash of color to your media cabinet. If you are interested, you can find them at 16bitstore.com today or in the link in this video's description. While Splatoon's online servers did shut down earlier this month, in my view, Splatoon has been a dead game for a while now. With the release of Nintendo Switch, Nintendo has been sunsetting many of Splatoon and Wii U's features for years. And I'm not just talking about the death of the Wii U Splatfests. The Splatoon Plaza was once a home to a vibrant Miiverse community where you see many funny memes and beautiful artwork that was never, in my view, truly replicated with Twitter's substitute in future games. While Splatoon's 2 and 3's online multiplayer maps and balance is a marked and noticeable improvements over the originals, I feel that there was a charm that the original game had that was somehow lost in the translation. From the small maps and tight level designs, Splatoon 1's maps had a very unique feel that just isn't there in the more spread out worlds that Splatoon 3 and 2 made. Especially with my preferred weapon of choice, the Splat Roller, leaving the enemies no route for escape when I finally rained death upon them. I can't really do the same on Switch. But out of all the differences, I feel the one feature I will miss the most is the loss of the Wii U's GamePad. Having a map at a simple eye glance away changes the dynamics of the game. No longer can an enemy just sneak into your base and just wreak havoc without somebody noticing, and being able to strategically place an ink strike in the most optimal position and a last-ditch effort for turf game. And I feel that to most casual players, the concept of super jumping is just hidden away behind a menu in comparison to just tapping on a screen. Don't get me wrong, Splatoons 2 and 3 tries their best to make up for the loss of the gamepad. But when I go back to playing Splatoon on the Switch, it's really hard not to want to look down and just hope to see something there. But without the online multiplayer, the gamepad just turns into an underutilized accessory that kinda has a functionality in a single player, but not really. I mean, don't get me wrong, outside of Octo expansion, Splatoon 1's single player campaign is one of, if not the best single player campaigns that I've personally played in a shooter, doubling as both a 3D platformer and a tutorial of sorts for Splatoon's unique movement and shooting mechanics. While I love it, and it's a fantastic experience to play for the first time, replaying it, I found the campaign to be short. And with the only other single player experience being the Battle Dojo for local multiplayer, really doesn't fill the hole that the loss of the Nintendo Network has left behind. But what if I told you that without any mods and a simple change in your DNS, you too can play Splatoon online again. And you didn't even need a Wii U to do so. Well, that is the reality behind the Pretendo Network, an open source Nintendo Network alternative for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. If you're on official hardware, you can follow their simple install steps, which for the Wii U involves just plugging in their DNS, and if you've modded your Wii U using the Inkay plugin, and you're good to go back to playing Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon online again. I would be lying if I said that the Pretendo Network is perfect, because it's really not. It's still in beta. It's buggy, you'll get network drops a lot, and it's only worse if you don't use a wired connection. But as a community-run fan project that's only funded by donations, I see it as a miracle that Pretendo Network works at all. And with its lofty promises and future Splatfest support, I am really hoping that it has a bright future. But if I'm honest, the Pretendo Network has so much more to offer than just DNS spoofing just to get access to the internet. If you have a hacked Wii U, you must install the Inkay plugin to your Aroma environment, since Pretendo Network actually found a way to restore Miiverse functionality with its juxtaposition client. Seeing the Splatoon Plaza light up again with the endless conversation and memes, which I can actually contribute to, it was such a fresh reminder that Splatoon, for me, has been dead for such a long time. And it's so good to see it working once again. So thank you, Pretendo developers, for keeping the game going and making your software open source. I know creating a new user account and a new user on the Wii U is a bit of an ask, but I understand the cost. And thank you, even the players who are just online playing this game today, or even just contributing to the ongoing discussion in the juxtaposition client. It is so nice to see this once dormant game become full of life again. Whether you are playing on a Wii U or a computer running Cemu, the more players means more people playing, which makes the game better for everyone. While yes, I know that setting all this up is not going to be for everyone. And as I said at the beginning of this video, Splatoons 2 and 3 are marked improvements in terms of maps and absolutely everything else. That it honestly does make Splatoon 1 feel a little obsolete in some regards. But for me, Splatoon 1 is still my favorite way to play this series. And with Pretendo, I have hopes that it can have a bright future. But anyways, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have yourself a good day, and as always, take care.